Hey guys, Lancy here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me. We'll look into some more MTG markets, and let's start with the actual stock market. Now, I'm going to look at the dollar and a couple of other things, just highlighting the fact that there is some big changes in just one day, and that's kind of how it happens. So we got the dollar flatlining and picking up where it was. Now, unless the dollar breaks above 92.65 or even probably 92.6, there really isn't much to worry about. The dollar is just coming back from a really big drop off on even the daily. Even though the overbought condition hasn't gone away, the oversold has, and you can see that it even touched a point of resistance at around about 92. I think I might have said that a couple of days ago, but I did miss a couple in between, so it's hard to keep track of this. Another one to remember is the fact that Bitcoin, I think I said 50,000 is going to be hard to break out. And once it's broken up, it can test quite a bit higher. Now, it did test 52,000, almost 53,000, and now it fell back down. Until Bitcoin breaks and stays below 50,000, this really isn't much of a worry. It actually got rid of its overbought condition, which is really good in some ways for Bitcoin. Now, we're going to have to see what kind of retracement it does, where it falls back to. It could fall back to its 200. It could fall back to its daily moving average. I know that on the weekly and the monthly for something like Bitcoin, actually it did come out of the weekly overbought condition as well. That's crazy. How about on the monthly? The monthly doesn't even have it picked up. So yeah, I think Bitcoin is actually looking okay. Now, I wouldn't obviously jump all in. This is just a good time to look at it, maybe think about it, and figure out if it's going to touch 50 and then give you some kind of confirmation. You got to be careful with crypto, but they move super fast. Same thing with ADA. It did touch almost 10% today, but now it's starting to pull back, and you can see that it actually hit a level of resistance, support, at $22.5. So that's pretty good. Dogecoin, kind of the same thing. Support was around about 2.8, and so on and so forth for most of the crypto. Pretty much whatever happens with Bitcoin happens with a lot of other places. Weirdly enough, Bitcoin actually had some good news that it was being picked up by El Salvador to back up its currency. But I don't know if that's actually a joke or not, because apparently the El Salvador president had now put on laser eyes for his Twitter account. So I don't know what that means. So, same thing for Australian and USD. If that drops below its 74 and stays below 74, then there might be a few more legs down. But for currently, it just looks like an overbought rally stabilizing itself. Moving over to the to the magic market, you can see that there's quite a few movements coming up in this one as well. We got Living Wish from Judgment, not on the reserve list, has a few other printings. There's a Masters 25 printing of this, that's 97 cents. A Judge promo that is 22.86. You can see that the Judge promo still held its value, even if the Masters 25 foil version might not have. It depends on what kind of card you want it. It's funny enough that the Judge promo is actually worth way more than this card, but it is moving up quite rapidly right now. Moving to Den of the Bugbear, I think we've had this card on the list. Pretty gradual gain for the last couple of days. Started off at around about $2.43. Now it's sitting at $5.12. It looks like it's going to continue gaining, but it might have a bit of a pullback in the next couple of days. Sacred Foundry, Secret Lair is also bouncing up as well. You got to remember, I don't know how many of these actually sold, but they were a worthwhile Secret Lairs pack when they came out. Altogether, the price of $39 might have balanced them out. Revelations from Legends, not on the reserve list. There's a 75 cents copy from Chronicles that's actually got more color, but then again, that's not the reason why you buy these cards. It's because it's Legends. So if you want to get your hands on this, it has gone from around about $29 to about $67. These cards, actually even before that, 2016, it was always moving up. So the main reason for this is because of age. They're very hard to find and good quality. So that's pretty much where you're going to find the value. You got a couple of other signature gold stamped cards. Flump art card, Troll art card, Arcbound Crusher. Obviously, it's got modular, so people are just picking up anything that has modular. You can get a Darksteel one for $1. You can get this guy for $1.74. I think at some point it is going to drop back down. It's not. It's bad. It's bad. It's not the worst, but it's not amazing for an artifact deck. You're pretty much going to play a very gimmicky modular artifact deck if you're going to get a card like this. Maybe that is actually enough for me to go and search if I still have one of these. The Celestius from Innistrad, hard to keep track of this, but it is jumping up from $2.99 to $8. Obviously, people think it is amazing. Magda Brazen Outlaw. Actually, I thought this was a really cool dragon card. Yeah, you can get it for $2.57. I still think that's not bad, but then again, it depends what you're going to do with it. Master of the Wild Hunt. This card has gone straight to the moon. At least some of the more premium versions of this card. If you want it, you're going to have trouble. The other printing was from Masters 25, so you got a Magic 2010 and a Masters 25 for this card. Remembering it was sitting at a $7 average for a decent amount of time. The lowest it ever got to was $3.26. So it was never a super cheap card. It is a good card. And it might have gotten a bump up when dogs came out, but dogs are different to wolves. You got the Celestius extended out again. And moving over to the most interesting part, we got the revised dual lands. Now, we can see that Tiger is slowly dropping from a peak of 459 or market price of 428. It is dropping at some significant amount. Now, I'm going to have to keep an eye on this kind of stuff because at this point, it looks like all of these reserve list cards are just waiting for a catalyst to make a decision. You got the Unlimited Edition Tiger, which was sitting at around about, funnily enough, it says a market of 468, but that makes no sense. 875 makes a bit more sense. And then the market also dropped to 341. That makes no sense either. Unlimited should be worth a lot more than revised. It doesn't make sense for it to go one way and then the other. You can see that there are 20 listings for Tiger as well, with the moderately played sitting at $300, which I think is okay. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. Now, I'm going by the prices as they are now. Obviously, things have changed a lot in the last couple of months. So, don't go crazy. Even the unlimited one. You got unlimited ones. There's 18 of them, apparently. Let me just clear these filters because apparently it says there are, but I can't see any of them. I still can't see any of them. 0 listings with the photo available. That's not what I wanted. So maybe there are not 18 of them, but it did think that it was. Tundra, same thing. Seems to be topping out, but then flatlining. We'll have to see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to say the same thing as always. If you're getting into reserve list cards and you don't want to buy things like Secret Lairs and stuff, I would always dollar cost average, which is buy maybe once a month, especially at a time when they're hitting really high peaks. If you really wanted to buy them, then it makes it hard to just go all in right now because you don't know what the Federal Reserve and other countries are going to do in the next couple of years for stimulus, etc. If people start losing jobs, stimulus checks don't come in, mortgage payments go up, interest rates go up, the dollar becomes more valued, etc., then all of those are just going to be a massive reason where prices for collectibles, etc., will have to be liquidated for people to make the basic payments. But then you might also have like civil unrest at that point, so you never know. Anyway, some more lighter news on MTG Goldfish. You got Terror of the Peak moving up by 7%. Seeker's Chariot, which dropped by about 20% a couple of days ago, now up by 18% to now sit at $2.50. So that's a fun YOLO up and down. That's moving quite a bit like a crypto. You got Alila, Artful Provocateur, now dropping by 7%, which is now set at $3.21. Nothing else too crazy. We've already done the weekly coverage, if you guys want to have a look at that in another video. Pioneer, Resplendent Agent, moving up by 4%, but really this is a very quiet day. Arlen Cord, moving up by 5%, but nothing crazy. No big drops. You got Thing in the Ice dropping by 6% to now sit at $7.50. But yeah, other than the Werewolves' big gains for the week, nothing really came out of this one. And Modern, another 25% gain for Huntmaster of the Fell. That's really tough because it's a very good card. It was played a lot back in the day. So you got Master of the Wild Hunt as well for Modern, sitting at 13% gain. Another one, Daybreak Coronet, now sitting at 14% gain, now sitting at $6.62. And you got Elish Norn still moving up, even though it's just got a recent reprinting in Secret Lairs. Mayor of Albrook dropping down by 13%, even though Werewolves are still being released and shown, now sitting at $10.24. I'll just have a quick look at spoilers to see if you guys have anything new. 100% there will be. So Huntmaster of the Fell, massive spike up, $10.14. The funny thing is, this is one that could have been seen, probably could have been predicted, but you got to be careful with these kinds of moves because obviously, if it's just a bunch of people buying them all, you got the foil one for $42 now, so crazy gains. And on the tabletop, it does look like it's peaking off. Obviously, people are going to start selling. Maybe I'll think about mine as well, but I kind of got it because it looks cool, so I didn't really want to just get rid of it. So let's have a look at Innistrad Wild Hunt spoilers. So you got Adeline. Oh, sorry, that is all in a different language. Ritual of Hope. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn for 2 mana. That's not bad. Dire Strain Rampage. 1 colorless, 1 green, 1 red. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. If a land was destroyed this way, the controller may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them into the battlefield tap, then shuffle. Otherwise, its controller may search for a their library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffled. Is that good? That seems annoyingly bad. We'll have to see. You got some leech hand moving around all by itself. Is that Ordric? Yeah, that's destroy everything. Hungry for more, 2 manas to summon a 3/1 token with trample, lifelink, and haste. Not too bad, but it is sorcery, so yeah. Briar Bridge Tracker, 2 colors, 1 green for a 2/3 vigilance human scout. When it enters the battlefield, investigate. As long as you control a token, gets +2/+0. So it is a 3 mana 4/3 with vigilance. That seems pretty good, especially if you can sacrifice a token to draw a card. You got a dragon in here. Moonveil Regent, 3 colorless, 1 red for a 4/4 dragon flying. Whenever you cast a spell, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards for each of that spell's colors. When it dies, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Pretty cool. Spectral Adversary, 1 colorless, 1 blue for a 2/1 flash flying. This is going to be the next $40 card. I can see it already. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 colorless, 1 blue any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1/+1 counters on the spectral. Then up to that many other target artifacts, creatures, and enchantments phase out. Oh yeah, this is going to be an expensive card. Keep an eye on it. I am not too sure what to do about that, but it's going to be an expensive card. Tainted Adversary, 1 colorless, 1 black for a 2/3 Death Touch zombie. Very cheaply costed. Are these all? Yeah, these are all very cheaply costed mythics. They're very playable in a lot of formats, so good luck getting your hands on these. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 black and 2 colorless, 1 black any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1/+1 counters on Tainted Adversary. Create twice that many 2/2 black zombie creatures with Decayed. Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm in shock. Adlena Brilliant Cathar. Okay, power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 white creature, human creature tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker you control. Whoa, that's good. Old Stickfinger. When you cast this card, reveal the top card of your library until you reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard. Put the rest onto the bottom of the library in a random order. All Stickfinger's power and toughness are equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Okay. Well, that's okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and see you later.